So ask and you shall receive. Pokemon Unite has already provided an update impacting Empoleon the very next day he has released. Hey guys, welcome back to the Brik House. Queens of the Brik Age here, and today we have good news.
Good news, everyone!
So if you haven't played Pokemon Unite today or are unaware, there is an update that will be carried out, and it is going to be doing some balance adjustments on one single Pokemon. And that Pokemon being the new release, Empoleon. They say here in order to adjust the balance of Pokemon Unite, some Pokemon abilities and moves have been changed. And I love how they say just some Pokemon abilities and moves. Just say Empoleon was too strong. That's all I gotta say. This was a little unnecessary. Anyways, Water Gun nerfed by 35%. Peck nerfed by 35%. Huge nerves. Over a third of that damage is now gone. Hydro Cannon reduced by 24%, and the enhanced recovery amount is 20% reduced. And finally, Whirlpool having a 12% damage reduction, recovery amount being at a 33% reduction, and enhanced recovery amount at a 38% reduction. So very substantial nerfs, but if you've played any games with Empoleon, you know that this is very necessary. And hopefully this can at least tune them down to be in line with most of the other Pokemon in the game. That release that we just had with Empoleon was a bit maddening right now. They were seeing some damage coming out that I haven't seen in a while, and we're talking about some ranked games too. So definitely glad to see that Empoleon had gotten that nerf hammer. So it says here, Empoleon has been dealing extremely high damage since the early stages of the game, and even in the mid-game and beyond, it seems to have excellent performance in both damage and recovery. Putting it shortly, yeah, that's exactly what was going on. Extreme dominance, you could secure these Bunnelbees at like half HP, just completely shutting down the enemy team at that early stage, and then as soon as you have just even one support like Alcremie or Comfey with you, good luck to the other team for ever taking down that Empoleon, right? This had a major impact on the overall battle environment, and since its release, it has recorded unprecedented win rates. I can only imagine. We have made adjustments focusing on the damage of its moves so that opposing Pokemon can counter it. And it's kind of wild because when I was playing last night against the Empoleons, my conclusion I came to was don't fight it. If you can, ignore it. That was it. Like, there was literally no counter to Empoleon. It didn't matter who you played, you were gonna get out damaged in the amount of life steal it got. Especially with the Torn ability, it was just insane to fight against. So, the best strategy really was ignore Empoleon, go after anyone on their team that could possibly be taken down. And hopefully at that time, Empoleon didn't just wipe everyone else on your team. So, very happy to see these nerfs. Hopefully this will mean that Empoleon will be still a fun pick, but not the dominant pick that he had been released at. So I noted a bit of a trend here, and here I got the September 5th update that happened when Palmont released. And similar to Empoleon, right after Palmont's release, they had to do some emergency changes to this Pokemon. In this case, it was emergency buffs, as the damage was fairly low upon that release. I'm just bringing this up because I'm really hoping with Dhelmise and Vaporeon releasing on the horizon, we're not going to get into this trend where we're kind of seeing with a lot of these past releases where they're going to need these emergency buffs or emergency nerfs the day after they release. It is obviously a bit hard introducing some new Pokemon into the game. You don't know how they're going to interact with other Pokemon, and you want to make sure you have all those numbers right. But it is getting a bit wild right now that we're seeing some pretty dramatic changes only a day after the Pokemon has been released. These, we have a private testing server for a reason, and you're supposed to be kind of catching these big changes before they make it to the live version. Hopefully, maybe they can even expand the usage of the public testing servers so the community at large can find these bugs or these inconsistencies these Pokemon have before they hit that live server. And yeah, so let me know down in the comments, do you think that these Empoleon nerfs were justified? I hope they do. More so, do you think that they are enough? Or maybe they should go even harder? You definitely don't want to make him unusable, and he's going to be the shiny new toy until Dhelmise comes out. So there is it's a tightrope that you got to balance once we're doing something like that, and you know, we don't want to shake up that meta game too much. Anyways, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to stay nasty. That was pretty smooth sailing.